Hi everybody, I'm Ace of Garlic Breads, but you can just call me Ace or Athena, and if you're new, welcome. Please consider subscribing if you like art and fandom and all this other fun stuff that I like, so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. But today I'm going to be redesigning My Little Pony characters. I'll be doing 8 characters, the main 6, which are the main elements of Harmony, along with Sunset Shimmer and Spike. In each, I've included a pony form on Equestria Girls form, which is basically what they look like in the movies. What me personally, think they'd look like as a human and a small chibi form with the pony up with the ears and the tails and the wings and the horns, because they get horns in this version because they should have had horns. With a fall formal outfit that I think they should have had, which is more inspired by the Grand Galloping Gala outfits for the main 6. And this is a quick disclaimer that before I start, these are all my opinion on what I think they look like. And here we go. Let's start with the redesigns. Chapter 1, Rarity. So with Rarity's design, I wanted to make her like she and Fluttershy are the tallest. At the very end, I will include a height reference sheet of all of them, and that was basically my main idea, is that she and Fluttershy were the tallest. Fluttershy more because she's just very tall and willowy, but I'll get more into that when I present her redesign. But for Rarity, she's tall just because she's tall is in general, and she is in high heels a lot. Me too. So I tried to make her look as more as glamorous as I possibly could. And another thing I have about these redesigns is that they all have different body types, because I feel like that should be an important thing. For her outfit, I took some inspiration from an outfit I actually have in real life. Just the style of the dress, the pattern is completely different. I gave her multiple piercings because I looked at, when I was referencing for her chibi form, I saw that her pony form had 3 ear piercings. So I took that and ran with it. I also gave her a nose piercing because I can and I want to. For her pony form, I gave her a long sleeve shirt with like a nice belt, but I'll get more into that when I get to that. I made sure to give her like more curly hair. It's not the exact same style as it is in any other form, because is in any other iteration of the character, because this is my opinion and what I think the character should look like. I made sure to give her the layered dress for the chibi form for the pony up thing, and I also, like I said, gave her a horn because I really think they should have had that. So does my friend, who I was talking about these designs with, and for all the pony forms, I made them a little fluffier because I can, and no one can stop me, because this is my art and my opinion on it. For jewelry, I mainly gave her some silvers, but you'll see that when I start coloring. I started with her eyes, her blue eyes. I kept the blue eyes. I kept the blue eyeshadow because it's not Rarity without them, in my opinion. Then I started just going in with all other colors. I gave her some nice pink lips. I gave her a mix of gold and silver jewelry, but mostly some silver because I think it contrasts with the purple I used and the like white of her skin. I gave her like a more like flannel pattern. I don't really know what the thing is. More plaid. A more plaid pattern. I still gave her the purple hair, but for the what I feel like she'd look like as a human, I made it a little more muted because I want it to look like it's dyed. Because I like the idea of her having black hair as a real life human. They're still not quite as realistic. Then I just put my watermark on it, and yeah, that is basically my Rarity redesign. And on to the next one. Chapter 2, Applejack. For Applejack, I tried to make her look more muscular because she grew up on a farm, so that means she would have been like doing a lot of manual labor. Um, and and she's also pretty tall, but she's slightly shorter than Fluttershy. For her pony form, I tried to give her like slightly shorter hair. I gave her a slightly shorter tail so it doesn't get in the way as much. And like I said, I was referencing their Grand Galloping Gala outfits in which she has her hair braided. So I did that for the pony up form. Um, for each of the different pony kinds, so for earth ponies, they kind of have what, I don't know what it's called, but they kind of have what Big Mac has on his hooves. They have that. Unicorns are just unicorns. Pegasi have the wings, but I'll get back into that later. So mostly so they could have a defining feature, kind of like how the unicorns have their horns and the Pegasi have their wings. So for Applejack, she also has a spot on her back. So now getting into more of the design, for the formal outfit, I didn't make it a dress because I personally don't feel like she would be the type to wear a dress. I like what I did with the pants and the shirt. I think it fits her, and you don't have to agree. Like I said, this is my opinion. I gave her a lot of freckles because, like I said, she grew up on a farm, which means she was outside a lot. I make this time for this redesign. I kept her shirt green, and I just went in with basic coloring. For her human form, I made her a little sunburnt because, like I said, she was outside a lot. I used different colors for the apples on her cutie mark. Just and I gave her the same boots for the fall formal and the her normal form because I don't feel like she'd be the type to own too many pairs of shoes. I gave her a flannel top because that's what I think when I think farm girl, and I made it green like it is in the movie. Because I kind of like the color combo she has. I gave her dark jeans and a gold belt with an apple on it because why not? And I also gave her the same belt for the fall formal as normal because, like I said, I don't think she'd be the type to have too many clothes. And now on to the third one. Chapter 3, Pinkie Pie. For Pinkie Pie, I love the idea of plus size Pinkie, so I obviously went with that. So, and like I also gave her a chunkier style, like body type for her pony form. I had so much fun sketching her hair. I had a hell of a time lining it for line art, but sketching it is so fun. Like, it's so fun to just not messily, like, sketch in a way that looks like her. I made sure to give her layers, like bouncy layers. Like, I gave her a layered overall skirt with lots of ruffles. I gave her some friendship bracelets. I gave her braces because I just thought it was cute. I gave her some rings like she fidgets with. I have some like tied bracelets, some charm bracelets. Each of the charms on her bracelet represents one of her friends. There's a diamond, an apple, a balloon, a butterfly, a lightning bolt, a star, and a sun. Then there's another one that's just a lot of dots. I gave her little bows and little braids in her hair. I gave her a striped shirt because I like striped shirts, and I gave her mismatched socks because I feel like she'd be the type to wear mismatched socks. I liked giving her some silly goofy poses. I tried with the texture on her hair. I tried to make it look like she actually had curly hair. I gave her some bows in her pony form. I think I love her redesign so much. I also gave her a nose ring because I like giving characters piercings. But if you notice, whenever I draw a character, I shade before, like right after I do line art. I just really like that. So like that takes the shading stage out for after the coloring. I also gave her, back to the design. I also gave her a lot of piercings because why not? It's nice and colorful. And I really like the idea of Pinkie Pie with butterfly lips. I should have given Fluttershy butterfly lips, but I didn't. Um so like, and I gave her like lots pink. That's what I was going for. I really don't like what they did with her in the Equestria Girls movies. I don't like what they did with any of the characters. You didn't hear me talk too much about it with the first two, but I don't like what they did with most of them. But for the first two, it was fine. So her shirt and her regular outfit is just pastel rainbow because I think it's cute. I gave her a lot of her classic yellow and blue, which reminds me of a before and after care I did as a kid. And for her human form, I yet again gave her slightly duller, more dull hair. I had trouble finding her skin color, but it came out wonderful. I'm so happy with her redesign. I'm so happy with all of these redesigns. Now, we're done with Pinkie, and on to the next one. Chapter 4, Fluttershy. So, like I said with Rarity, Fluttershy is the tallest. She's slightly taller than Rarity, and like I said, I'll have a height reference at the end. So I really liked giving her like a tall, willowy figure, like, and her hair kind of like swoops a lot because I find her so adorable. Um, and I made sure her eyes sort of droop down a bit, kind of like they do in the show, because I really like it. And I gave her a turtleneck in the long skirt because that's what I feel like she'd wear in like the very beginning after the first movie. But maybe as she becomes more confident, she starts to wear more clothing that is a little more revealing than what she's like in the beginning. But like I said in the beginning, I feel like she's more of a like turtleneck sweater and long skirt kind of gal. I gave her some nice just flats. I struggled with her face in pony form for a bit, but then I got it. I gave her nice fluffy wings. I gave her a flower bracelet because it's cute. I had so much fun drawing her. Like her everything about her is just so cute. She's one of my favorite characters because she's the cutest character in my opinion. Like I like how she's quiet, but she's also not afraid to become loud when she really needs to. Like she has the stare. Oh my god. Um, she's also the tallest in pony form in my opinion until Twilight becomes like not when she first becomes a princess. I feel like once she's been a princess for a few years, like maybe a little bit after the finale is when she surpasses Fluttershy in height. And for her human form, I only gave her pink streaks. I didn't give her like the ends dyed because I thought pink streaks are really cute. But I gave her blonde hair to reference her yellow skin, um, and or yellow coat, I should say. I gave her some very little lip colors, and I love Fluttershy in greens because it's so her. I gave her pink socks, kind of reference the movie, and I gave her a pastel green butterfly on her shirt. And I really like how she came out. She's one of the characters where I kept their cutie mark basically the same. I also did that with Pinkie Pie and Applejack. Rarity, don't think I mentioned this, but I did add some extra sparkles to it because, come on, what's a girl gonna do? A diamond's gotta shine. Now, on to the next one. Chapter 5, Rainbow Dash. Now we're getting into one of my absolute favorite redesigns I've done of any character in anything. In this version, Rainbow Dash is the shortest, but she's also the angriest, which in my experience is accurate. I struggled with her face and her pose for so long. Don't get attached to her full body her Equestria Girls pose. I changed it slightly. Her arm isn't like that. It's you'll see what I do with it. I gave her shorter hair in pony form. I also gave her some scarring from in her human form. It's from different sports and just getting into fights and stuff, because I feel like she'd be the type to get into fights all the time with people like twice her size because they like said something slightly against her. But I gave her hair tied back into a ponytail. I feel like if it was out, it would be about it would be to like the bottom of her neck. I also gave her a lot of piercings. I had this thought in post when I was talking to one of my friends about it. That I thought, hey, maybe she, after the rainbow, she would have become like partially deaf. But I didn't end up thinking about that till I finished the redesign and I didn't feel like changing it. So basically, I didn't add that until I didn't think of that till after. But getting into the line art for it, or getting into the fall formal outfit, I gave her a suit, which you'll see how I color it later and incorporate the Grand Galloping Gala outfit into it. But if your eye is keen, you'll see that she has a wrist and ankle brace. I have a few friends who did sports in school, and one of them always ended up in some kind of brace or because of it. So I had that. I also made her holding a soccer ball, which I had trouble coloring. For her pony form, I added a lot more white parts. I saw so many cool versions of her pony form with like white marks due to the sonic rainboom, basically. She broke the speed of sound. That's also why I had the thought of her being potentially at least partially deaf, but I never did that part. But I gave her some white scarring bits, and she's in like a CHS Letterman jacket, which is the school's colors of the yellow and the dark blue. I put her in some more athletic style gear. Like I gave her some leggings. She has a pocket with her phone in it, and a cropped sports top. For her hair was really fun to color, as in just because I love rainbows. I got the perfect shades of color, so like it wasn't offensively rainbow, like it didn't hurt my eyes, but it also didn't look muted. And again, for her human form, I gave her a more muted rainbow, and in her full body thing, she has like dirty sneakers because again, I don't think she'd care if her shoes were a little dirty. And that's why in her more human, like her actual human form, her hair is like really, really dull because she doesn't touch it up that often. I Like I said, I'm really, really, really happy how Rainbow Dash turned out. She is amazing, and I really want to draw her design again. And on to the final one of the main six. Now we are on to Chapter 6, Princess Twilight Sparkle. For Twilight, I didn't make too many changes from her actual Equestria Girls form, except I made it more evident that she's wearing flats, because if she's just becoming a human, why would she be in high heels? For her pony form, I basically incorporated the hoof thing that I gave to the earth ponies, because I wanted it to be, that's why I added it, because it could be clear that a alicorn had physical elements of all three of the pony races. For her fall formal outfit, I gave her hair tied back because it's cute. She kind of has a half up, half down style. In her pony form, I didn't end up keeping the shoes. I ended up giving her a crown, but I gave most of it, I gave most of the jewelry I gave her was silver, because I like silver jewelry on her, or silver details, because I made her eyes gold instead of purple, because I always thought they were pink, but turns out they are purple. But like I said, these are my redesigns, so I can do whatever I want. And I made her eyes gold. For her sweater, I gave her a sweater vest that is a diamonds pattern, some poofy sleeves, and I kept the little bow tie that she had because I just find it really cute. I made her holding a book, which is specifically the Journal of Friendship. I kept the Lego warmers because you know they're adorable. Um, for her fall formal outfit, I again took reference from the Grand Galloping Gala outfit. I kept it blue. Um, she is so very pretty. I love her pose. I love how she ended up looking. But I also added something to the alicorns where the tips of the wings are kind of like cadences, where it's a different color to the rest. I did a lot of vibrant colors on her. Like I saw when I was looking at the actual colors for these characters, I never realized how dull they were until I started doing these and realized my actual the color palettes I use are very different to how these characters actually look. So I made her colors a little more vibrant. I made her like warmers polka dots because I didn't feel like drawing a pattern. I gave her a plaid skirt with pinks and pink, purple, and gold. I made her vest a whole bunch of purples. I gave her black shoes, and yeah, that is the finished Twilight redesign. Chapter 7, Sunset Shimmer. For sunset, I wanted to incorporate a lot more actual sunset colors, so I did that. I added some more pinks, some purples. Um, I kept some of the iconic things, like I kept the leather jacket, um, and yeah, that's basically all. And the halter top, because I really liked what they did with the halter top. I wanted to say that I added some black details like on her hooves and on her back, on her pony form, because of the fact that in the first movie she took Twilight's crown and basically became an alicorn like being, like the raging she demon as she says it. So I made those like black to show that they're kind of like charred into her. I had a lot of trouble with her cutie mark, but then I ended up with what I got. In the end, I gave her a ponytail because, hey, I feel like she'd have her hair up. I also gave her more piercings. I don't know what exact aesthetic I gave her, but I know it's not. I dress like all these characters, to be honest. Depends on the day. But I kept the leather jacket, like I said, it's iconic. I kept the flame boots, but I made them look a little different. It's kind of like she made them herself. I gave her a sun earring for her chibi form. I didn't do anything like what the movie did. I gave her her own dress. It's completely out of my brain. Um, I also gave her basically some stomach coloring or like some chest coloring on her pony form, which is completely unrelated to anything else. I tried to give her pink eyes, but it just didn't look right. It's not Sunset without the green eyes. I gave her kept a lot of the classic elements of these characters. Like the yellow and red hair for Sunset. Everything else for those other characters. I was gonna give her fingerless gloves in all the looks, but I didn't. Like I said, I used a lot of purples in this time around, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I also used a lot of black, but not as much black as I thought I would. yeah, I really like how she turned out. Yeah, and I added a little bi pin on her jacket because she might be canonically bi. I don't know. Um, yeah, and now chapter 8, Spike. So for Spike, I feel like I made the biggest changes to the Equestria Girls forum, in which I made him more of a lizard because that's what I feel like fit him more. I remember when I had drawn him the last time as a lizard, I sort of based him off of a Komodo dragon. I don't know how successfully I did it. I tried to keep more of his dragon elements. And for his dragon form, I gave him wings because he just kind of looked like a dinosaur without them. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about him. Yeah, made him look a little more like a lizard, and that's about it. So, yeah. So, these are my final designs. As you can see here, they are in order from tallest to shortest, not including Spike because he is a small lizard. They may look like they're weirdly overlapping, that's because they are. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to just see these drawings by themselves, you can find it on my Instagram and Tumblr and possibly my TikTok, all of which are linked in my link tree down in the description below. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.